Hi, how are you doing today? How was life last week? This is a brand new week, and tomorrow is Christmas. So, to all my viewers, Merry Christmas and have a great new 2025. Today, I'm going to talk about something that someone shared with me a long time ago. When I first started working back in 1989, I met a family friend, a very elderly man, who said, build your life around your own potentiality. Meaning, he said, look at your own earning potential on your own. Look at your craft, look at your skills, look at your creativity, and build your life according to that. That means if you have, or you can generate certain income based on your capabilities, build your life around that, he said. Because at that point in time, I had just secured a new job with a Japanese conglomerate, and I was so happy. I said, hey, this is double the salary that I was getting earlier. And then he advised me this. He said, look, you are a tailor, you're a trained tailor. Build your craft, build your trade. At the same time, you can work for an organization, but build it to its potential and what you can handle. And after that, you decide how you want to live. So I didn't understand why. I said, listen, if my life is going to get better with a higher salary, then I should be able to build a life based on the higher salary. And he said, no. Because, he said, today your organization may love you, but one day they will ask you to go. You see, it was back in the 1980s. Okay, it was 89 or 1990s. Okay. I did leave that organization, the Japanese company, in 2003, when my second daughter was born. But today, when you look around you, you find that people get fired as and when the company decides to fire them. The day you no longer serve their purpose, out you go. And if you are still in your 20s, you can still get a job. In your 30s, you can still get a job. In your 40s, should be lucky if you get a job. In your 50s, it's a blessing if you get a job. In your 60s, chances are no one wants you. That is the truth. And he was already quite elderly at that point in time. So I suppose he knew that his advice would help me someday. So the last few years especially, I had been working on my craft. I'm a tailor, and I have been working on it. I provide alteration services, I provide tailoring services, and I have been working on it to build the business. Okay, but this business will not be able to sustain my lifestyle because I built my lifestyle based on the income that I thought I would be earning until the day I kicked the bucket. That's not true. These days, the moment you hit 50, no one wants to hire you. You are no longer considered employable, even though you may know all the tricks of your trade under your sleeve. No one wants you. Go to YouTube and check it out. Put a hashtag senior or senior life. Then you will find that a lot of people had lost their job when they hit their age 50. I didn't lose my job, but I walked out. I walked out of my last job because there was toxicity at the organization. It's not a good thing if someone asks you, or a higher management asks you to report to someone half your age. That means they want you out. Okay, so I left with dignity. But there are a lot of people who didn't have that dignity. They were just thrown out with maybe some severance pay. Okay, and the previous job before the last one, the company decided to close down, and they didn't say that they were not renewing my contract until the last day, on the 31st December, 11:59. Believe it or not, I received an email from the shared service that, hey, we are not renewing your contract. By right, if they were to do that, they should pay me 3 months' salary. No, nothing. So if you're in your 50s, if you're in the late 40s, and if you're in the 60s, please remember it is not too late to tone down and downsize, because eventually you will have to bank on yourself, on your capability to produce enough income to live life the way you can live peacefully without worrying about debts, without worrying about how you pay the utilities, and without worrying about where to get petrol for your car, without worrying about a lot of things. At this age, we can do a lot by worrying less, because worrying brings about stress, and stress can cause a lot of illnesses. For example, cancer. I'm a cancer survivor, so that's why I'm sharing this with you. So I'm thankful that I remembered the advice by that particular person, the family friend, years ago. Now I'm looking at my potential. I'm a writer. I write on a few platforms, but that does not mean that overnight I'll be able to produce the kind of income that can sustain my current lifestyle. I won't be able to. Maybe in the future, in 1 or 2 years' time, I'll be able to do that. But right now, I'm not able to. But I'm working on it to make sure that while I handle all the other issues using some other means, in the meantime, by the time I reach 1 or 2 more years, I should be able to sustain myself based on my own craft. Otherwise, I would still be looking for a job. And if I was lucky, if I am lucky, I might be able to get one. I'm not confident, because people like me are considered boomers, people who are not commercially viable to be employed, not employable, even though I may know a lot of HR tricks compared to all the HR managers out there. Seriously, I'm not kidding. I'm a seasoned HR professional. But then again, as you know, this is the reality at this point in time. So if you are in your 30s, 40s or 50s, look at your own potential. This is the message I'm bringing to you. Look at your potential and start working on it. It can be a side hustle. It can be something, anything. Just build it so that by the time you leave your full-time employment, you still have a cushion, a safety net to financially save yourself. Right, it's already about 8 minutes now. So I'm going to say all the best to you. Happy holidays. And I'll see you in my next video. Take care.